Hi guys, welcome back, and I wanted to show you guys my everyday quarantine makeup routine. We're not going anywhere, we're stuck, and I felt like it would be a good way to make a couple of videos to get y'all kind of like, okay, so what could I learn during this whole process of being home for however long. I'm hoping that it won't last but so long, but it is what it is, and I want to show y'all how I do my makeup. I'm no means a beautician or makeup artist, but I do my makeup and I tend to get compliments of how I like it and how I want to do it. So if you're interested, just stay tuned and let's just get started. So I've already moisturized. I use the L'Oreal Hydrin Genuine for oily skin. I like this because I have oily skin, and if you don't know, if you have oily skin, you're supposed to use like a silicone gel base kind of cream. Just to throw that out there. If you're normal to dry, you want to use stuff that's like got a cream texture, kind of like a lotion texture. For me, I always go in and put Vaseline on my lips, just a little Vaseline. My lips stay so dry, and I think it didn't really start until about a year ago. It just started, I don't know, just being overly dry. Like, it doesn't matter if it's winter, it's just overly dry. So my makeup routine is a little bit different because I've been watching TikTok and it kind of has been working. So I'm going to show you about that routine and then other things, and it's going to make sense. So follow along. I got my little mirror here that kind of helps me kind of guide and do my eyebrows. So before I do anything, I do my eyebrows. I use the Revlon Color Stay Brow Pencil. You can get this online. I think Amazon has this for at least $6. Walgreens has it for $8. Whichever one you feel like, if you want it now, you can wait. You got Prime shipping, you get it in 2 days. I swear by this pencil. I'm one of those people like, I don't have to have everything new that comes out. I like to try it and be curious, but once it's kind of out for a while and as people hyped it up, then I'll try to discover like, okay, we need to try it. But I'm gonna be honest with y'all, to go out and get like new ones every time they come out, it's kind of a waste of money. So what I do is I brush my hairs up, and then the tail end of it, I bring it down. And that's just for pureness. I have full eyebrows. I do not like thin eyebrows. I don't know whether that's, I don't know. It's just that whole brow lamination thing. It's not my jam. I like a natural brow, clean. That's just how I am. When I do my brows, I just draw it in. I'm doing like light strokes. Don't make it complicated. Light strokes, gentle stroke, like baby strokes. And if you go in with a line and doing small strokes going in the direction of your eyebrows, we're going to clean it up so it don't even matter. Clean all doing these small ones. And just by doing light strokes, look, versus this. That's all you need. All you need. And for an $8 pencil, like, versus like you using the Anastasia and all stuff. And if you use that, that's cool too. But like, we can look cute and save money at the same time. Like, what is the problem? And for me, I have a heavy hand. So sometimes I do overlook it, or it's a little bit dramatic. And for me, I have a good eyebrow and a bad eyebrow. This is the good one. It always tends to cooperate. This one on my left, which is probably y'all's right, is always a hot mess. When you do your eyebrows, just take your time. Remember, light strokes. Nobody's perfect. And I think during this quarantine, we can feel out what we don't like and what we like. So I recommend sitting down, even if it's for an hour or two, to go on Sephora or Ulta. I prefer Ulta. Sephora has good sales. Like, they're getting ready to have a good 10% off sale of your VIP Rouge, and I think a Beauty Insider. I mean, they give out good coupons and stuff, but like the rewards, oh my God, y'all, it's just like, it's so like, to me, it's not worth it. You could accumulate so many points, but like when it comes time to like redeem and turn into points and get all this stuff, you go to think to yourself, like, I've spent all this money to get something done. So I really recommend Ulta. I just feel like they got like a better point system. You get money off whenever you get a purchase. Sephora, I just feel like it's on a better high-end level. So after I do my eyebrows, I always go in with LA Girl Pro concealer. This is one of like the best concealers. If you are like on the verge of like looking for a concealer, I have other concealers I like, but for my eyebrows, this is what I use. I go underneath the eyebrows, light strokes, and it look like I'm going fast, but that's just because my hand is just so like getting there. And you can't even tell. I go on the top and the bottom, and then sometimes it's funny because I feel like sometimes I don't need to conceal. I will, but like sometimes I don't need all that. My hair looks a mess. I hope everybody else is doing great because my hair looks a mess. I currently ordered a wig last night because I can't find my other wig, and it drives me insane. Like, I got a mohawk going on. And I keep telling myself we're going to work on it, but... And I'm thinking about, like, transitioning my hair to curly. So, stay tuned for that. So, when I highlight, I'm highlighting both ends, and you can't even tell. I highlight, and then I go back in with the spooky brush and just kind of go in and make sure the pencil itself and everything is kind of cleaned up. And we're going to clean out with the concealer in just a little bit, but this is just something that I do to make sure all the hairs and stuff is laid down and kind of go in one direction. Same on the other side. And it all depends on which kind of, what you kind of brow you like. You like a defined brow. I know people like a lot of definition. I know people like a harsh kind of cutthroat one. I like a natural kind of brow. Like, ooh, it's over dramatic, but then it's like, okay, you know. I go in with, with one of my brushes, and I go and clean up the eyebrows. And for me, this is just nothing. You're going the same direction as you would when you were putting on the concealer, cleaning everything up. And it helps when you have a little mirror like this, so you can really see what you're doing versus, you know, looking at my other mirror and then I got this mirror. But it helps a lot. And let me tell y'all, practice makes perfect, because I remember me and my mom got into makeup, and we both, looking back at the pictures, I just want to be like, what was we thinking? What was we thinking? I'm just taking off the excess of the concealer. I'm going on the end on the other side. But I would look back and just be like, girl, we look a hot mess. Like, I wouldn't say it. Like, I would say it honestly now, but then it's like makeup changes so much that it's just like, girl, what was you thinking? I mean, for real, we had the eyeshadow all the way up here. It's just crazy. But like I said, this whole time that you're sitting at home, washing clothes, you're bored, I've been playing Words with Friends with my mom, and she's kicking my ass. And I've been playing with my sister too. My older sister, I mean, I'm the oldest, but my next sister down from me. And I can't spell worth shit. And it's so funny because I could spell in elementary school. Like, I could spell anything. And it's like you get 31 and you can't spell nothing but these baby words. So I'm just like one round. And even my birthday was yesterday, and I'm just like, is somebody gonna let me win something? I'm going in a little bit closer on this eyebrow because I have a dark spot right up underneath this eyebrow right here in the corner. And I think because to not being trying to be funny, but it's because I've been picking at it, picking a little bit on my skin. So I've tried something. I've had this product for now about, I don't want, 3 weeks. It's the e.l.f. Wow Brow. It's a brow gel. And it's like $1. And I needed something other than, once again, Anastasia. And I'm not hating on the Anastasia product. It's just that when the world is telling you you're in panic mode, you can't afford a lot of stuff. So anyways, I just glide it onto the eyebrow, and this helps it stay in place. So like if I'm sweating or if I'm just really hard at work, which that's never, you're going to put it on. And you're going to feel like a gel consistency. So once you put it on, you kind of want to work with it fast. Go back in with your spoolie. And then that just, it gives you more of a defined brow. It's going to actually, your brows ain't going to move all day long. And some of you are probably going to be like, oh my gosh, she got an eyebrow all the way down here. We going to clean it up. We're going to clean it up right. When I tell y'all makeup just makes you feel better, it just like, it soothes my soul. Like, it'll make a person go from like, damn, okay, you know, like, okay. Once I'm done with my brows, I go in with doing my eye makeup. For me, that's what, I don't like a lot of fallout, because if you think about it, if you do your foundation, then do your eyebrows, you got all this color up under your eyeshadow. I mean, up under your foundation. So it's just like, what were you thinking? First of the year, I got this Jaclyn Hill palette. I don't know if y'all can see it. Volume 2. I have her first palette, bomb. I stand by her products. I think her products are amazing, and they're creamy, they're buttery, they blend well. It's just so convenient. So let me get a brush. Here comes the crazy part where everybody's like, I don't know how to put on eyeshadow. You want to take a transition shade, which is a lighter shade. So we're going to use the one Perfectionist. And this is the color palette itself. And we're going to go in with this color because it's the lightest one. Don't be afraid if you have a light color and you're just like, oh, this is chalky. It's not supposed to be chalky. It's supposed to be creamy and buttery, but it's supposed to blend well when you go in with the rest of your colors. So don't feel afraid like somebody did something wrong. So we're going to go in with Perfectionist, like I said. You want to take the brush, take it, dap it like 2-3 times, and then hit it against the palette. You'll see all that kind of evaporates and go in. This one, you want to take it and put it all over the lid. Transition shadow, put it all up under the lid. That kind of just, it creates a base for your eyeshadow. And I'm looking at y'all, but at the same time, I'm trying to look in my mirror so I can kind of get the view just of it my damn self. Like I said, it's going to kind of look off like, oh, okay. But once you put all the rest of your colors in, it's supposed to blend. My favorite tip of the day, you have got to blend the eyeshadow. There's no need to be wearing all this eyeshadow if you ain't blended nothing. And you're probably going to be like, well, she didn't use eyeshadow primer. It's a lot of things that I've discovered that I just felt like we didn't need. Now, I'm not going to say you don't need eyeshadow primer. It's just an extra step for you to kind of keep. It's an extra step. It's a lot of money involved when it comes to makeup. It's a lot of extra stuff that you kind of feel like, okay, you know, did I need that? And like, I feel like because her palette is so good, I don't need a primer. That's just me. I just don't really need a primer because her colors kind of pop on their own. And I just feel like it's one way for my... And it might be me because I have oily eyelids. I feel like when I put on eyeshadow primer, I feel like that my eyeshadow kind of slips during the day. Like, it's just when I'm getting sweaty and hot, it's not there. Like, it's there, but it's not potent, if that's what I mean. If that's what I'm trying to explain, but... And you can already tell the difference in my eye. And this was like no eyeshadow primer. Like, come on in. And we're going to do the other side. Again, we work all over the eye. Transition color is always a shade lighter than all the rest of your colors. So it don't ever have to be what you're getting ready to use. It just has to be able to be blendable and something that kind of matches your skin tone going all over the eye. And I bet some of y'all wondering, like, she do this every day? Yeah. When you got it down pat, it don't take no time to do makeup. Like, people just think, oh my God, I got it up an hour early. That might be for my hair, but to do makeup, give me like maybe good 30 minutes. I think I got my brows down to maybe 10 minutes. So even if nothing else don't come, I'm going to wear brows and like a tinted moisturizer. Because your girl got some dark discoloration. Once again, blend. Just blend it on out. You can already tell the difference in makeup. Like, I'm looking like I'm mostly awake. I'm woke. I'm feeling like we in there. I get comments all the time like, why do you wear makeup? It makes me feel good. It makes me personally feel like I can take on the word and conquer. So when you're doing your side, I'm gonna try to get this right, your outer corner of your eye, you always want to go with a darker shade. The darker shade is going to be called Homebody. I always say you want to go in a darker shade because that's the evolution of an eye. You want to go out with a buffer brush and you're just going in the corner, which is right here. Corner, circular motion, and then you're going outward. Sticking to right here, and then you're going over like a rainbow. But you want a strong, anybody that wants like a strong, kind of like inner corner smoky eye, you want to keep kind of pressing it into the skin, going over with a rainbow. You're kind of going to go in a V-shaped motion, so it's going to go up and then over in a rainbow. If that makes sense. Once again, we're going in, tapping it. And I tap because it's going to be extra access of the shadow that's going to, you're going to see it's going to be all over your shirt and all over stuff. So that's just me. And then when you going in that shape, V-shaped form, make sure you're going in, but you're kind of going in, kind of wanting to see the color. So you got to kind of blend once again. Kind of keeping your upright motion above your eye. You don't want to go nowhere in the corner because I have different other colors for it. I hope everybody is having a good quarantine because I feel like this is my life anyways. Like, I communicate with my family and stuff, but I'm one of those people that's just like isolated. Isolated and let it talk, so. And as you can see, that's what it's looking like. And we're going to do the other side. Same technique, nothing different. Tapping it. Let me know what y'all are up to. What are y'all trying to accomplish during this break? I think I want to put out more videos. Like, do more makeup tutorials. Because I think we will work is slow. And we got the time. So, make sure you blend really well. You can tell the difference between a blend eyeshadow and not. Because somebody just easily patching it on, you can just tell. I always tell people, like, did you blend out? Do I do makeup professionally? No, I don't. I've learned from watching YouTube, and I do a couple of people's faces. Like, I do my best friend Tamika's. My hands just know her face. I know what color works. I try to do different stuff on her, but sometimes we be in a rush because she's a late person. But even still, like, I know her face. And you're probably wondering, like, how many eyeshadows you gonna put on? I'm still working with the same one, but I want like a definition. So when you want a definition eye, you go in a couple of more strokes. But all we really is doing is defining the eye. We're trying to get like, ooh. I just want you to be able to see a difference. And that is. Then normally some people stop right there. I use different eyeshadow brushes for different things because I don't like for everything to be on one brush. Let's just say that. So the inner corner eye always has your glitter and shimmer in it. I see a bunch of people put a swab of glitter on your eye. That's not how it works. I'm just letting you know. So when you go in with an eyeshadow, if I go in with eyeshadow, you make sure you use a flat brush. And then you're going to spray it with some type of finishing spray. It does not matter which kind of spray. Spray it on. Don't matter how many times. It doesn't matter. And I'm going to go in with the Get Ready With Me. It's called GRWM. It's going to be this color. You're going to tap it. Just like you painting. I use a lot of browns. That's just me. And I'm starting to get into color. Now, sometimes you will have to spray. And I'm touching my nose because, like I told y'all, the access of the eyeshadow is actually, like, right here, sitting right underneath here. So, just so y'all know, we ain't got corona over here. I'm just saying. Because your girl is a clean freak. And I'm putting the eyeshadow just right here. Nowhere else. I'm going to go back with the same brush that we used on Homebody. And I'm not going to dip it in there, but I'm going to blend everything else out. Because you want to make it cohesive and make it blend into the other color. You don't want to just put it on like this and be like, okay, we done, but you're not done. And we're actually not done. So I'm blending it out, making it sure that the other shadow called Homegirl that we use leads into the eyeshadow. And I'm actually going to go in with another brush. And then we're going to go with G Money. And I'm going to put it right there where I put Homebody. Just to give it an evolution of a little darker shade before we go to light, dark, and then eyeshadow. And then I'm actually going to take some more of the Get Ready With Me shimmer. Because it looks like it's coming off a little bit. Because Jay didn't apply it. But so much. I like eyeshadow. I just don't use it a lot. For me, I just feel like it's a lot of mess. It's a lot of mess. I mean, good mess, but you know, it's a lot of mess. And once again, let's just blend. I didn't blend this eye out, as you can see, but I want y'all to see the difference between this eye and this eye not being blended. It looks it, but it's honestly not. A good blend could make or break your eyeshadow. Like if you're blending, it's not going to all look like it's pieced together. If you don't blend, it looks really choppy. And I went in with a little bit more eyeshadow because I like it to be even on both sides. Symmetry is my kind of thing. And that is my eye look. Moving on, I normally take a wipe. I got so much stuff in this drawer. Let me know if y'all want to see a vanity tour. Because I showed y'all my vanity, but I didn't really realistically like show y'all in detail. So just let me know of that. Okay, Jade. So I keep a bunch of wipes. And apparently I grabbed both of them that won't even ready to go. That won't even open. I'll take like the excess off with these wipes. And that's why we don't go in with our foundation first. I got all this glitter, y'all, up under here. But I'm going to be honest with you. Here comes the fun part, the transition part of it all. So I use, before we do that, Jade, I go in and I use a primer. Everything I'm about to mention now is so important. But you're going to probably say this is a lot of work, but it's really not. I go in with the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I talked about this in one of my favorite videos. They recently, this is the original one. They came out with 2 more. So this is the original one. They came out with a matte one and they came out with a dewy one. Whichever one your skin or whichever one you like. Less is more. I only put it on my nose and my T-zone. Because that's just where I'm oily at. The next part is going to be so confusing. If you're oily skinned, I would definitely recommend this next process. So, I'm going to now take a translucent powder. I got this from TikTok and it works. It works. I put the primer on because this translucent powder is going to stick to the primer. Take your buffing brush, light strokes, and I only put it where I put the primer on. It's going to leave a white cast. That's okay. That is definitely okay. That's what you want. And I look like a white ghost, but that's okay. Y'all gonna see the whole purpose in a minute. And I only put it where I put the primer at. For the most part, I don't use another primer because I think too much primer makes, it's kind of like a myth, but too much primer makes me feel kind of oily. And I don't really like that. And right now I'm looking like the scene from, I think it was Ace Ventura Pet Detective. When they say Chicago, I look a mess. I'm going in with my Fenty Beauty in the shade 470. I love this foundation. I swear by it. I want to try some more of her stuff. I'll go in with a couple dots. I pat my face. My beauty blender was already damped. Damped, I mean, by you're supposed to water it or you can spray it with a setting spray. I mean, you can just sheet it different. I've been wearing this foundation for about a year. And I got other foundations, but this is like, for me, it seemed like it just blends so well. And this is my shade. So when you're putting on foundation, you blend on the neck. Just so we're all correct. And you're probably already seeing the difference like, oh my God. For me, I put the foundation all over my mouth. Not on my mouth, but like on my mouth area. Don't forget the chin. And we're going to do the forehead. The forehead, for me, I don't use a lot of foundation. I just feel like we don't need it. It's not necessary. But today, since we're not going anywhere, and I'll probably do like a wear test and come back and check on it later. And then we'll do like another video of how I take off my makeup. Because to me, you can wear makeup all day long, but if you don't know how to take off your makeup at the end of the day, I would advise you not to wear makeup. Because it could do a lot of damage to the skin. A lot of people don't know that. Like, it could seriously do a lot of damage. And I'm patting all over my face. And y'all can probably instantly say, oh my God, this not even the same person. Makeup just changes everything. How you feel, how you wear it. You having a bad day, go put on some makeup. You feeling depressed? Go put on a little lipstick. I guarantee you probably won't feel the same. Okay. Once I put on foundation, I go in with a setting spray. I use the translucent by, I forgot the name of this, Black Radiance. I'm on the hunt of looking for a new one. This ain't bad, but I've had it for a while and I feel like it works, but then it's like, okay. I take a really big brush, tap it, and then you'll notice everything that I use, I kind of tap for the excess, for the extra access of the palette, and I'm just gonna buff it in. This helps. A loose powder, when you put foundation on, helps the foundation stay in place. So you really basically can't put on foundation and be like, okay, well, we good. You're not creating it to stay in place. You're creating just more of it just being there, and then once you start to sweat, it's gonna come off. So loose powder right after foundation. And we lost the top. That's okay. No, we didn't. The next step for me is concealer. Concealer, I use 2 shades. I use 2 shades, 2 products. e.l.f. 16 Hours Cameo Concealer. Bomb. If you don't use this, and I want to say it's $8, but for e.l.f., I think it might be $5, but I'm not sure. But it's not even expensive. I go in with Deep Cinnamon. You're probably saying this is light as hell. You're going to see the point in a minute. And then I go Born This Way Concealer in Very Deep. I use light concealers. We'll bump that. Let's push back. I use light concealers because it brings out your dark circles. And then it gives your face definition. So, you're going to think, oh my God. But it's going to actually brighten the eye. You're going to go in with a triangle. Just like this. And if anybody want like a personal lesson, just let me know. I always conceal my nose because I have a fat nose. It depends with sinuses and allergies. That's just me though. This is just extra right here. If you want to conceal it, that's fine. I'm going in with the same beauty blender I use for my foundation. For some reason, my concealer likes this Kabuki brush. It just blends out well. And when I say blend, you're going to have to blend. Now, I blended under my lip and my side cheeks because I have like lines. And those are basically like we're contouring. Contouring we're going to do for like a whole nother video because this video is already 30 minutes long. And I'm not going to edit it. Because everything I pretty much talked about is pretty much important that everybody needs to know. See the difference? Versus when we put it on and then how you blend it out. Blending out stuff. Blending out eyeshadow. Blending out concealer. You don't want to have this line You have to blend out your work. You just have to. I contour my nose because I want my nose to look a little skinnier. It looks fat today, to be honest. That's my mother's probably typing this. You're not fat. Or mine. It's okay. Now, not blending it out, I don't know if y'all can see the difference between over here than here. Tell me y'all can already see the difference of not blending. So if I just went outside like this, oh, she looks great. You could clearly see we didn't blend it. So I recommend blend. And all I'm doing is dampen the brush. When you dampen the brush, it helps it kind of blend a little bit faster and quicker. And as you can see, we're a whole different person. I feel like makeup understands. Like, it just knows, like, we're having a rough day. Or we're having a great day. You know what I'm saying? I think blending out concealer is the longest thing ever. So I always go back in with another even lighter concealer. Only to see if I can get it brighten a little bit more. I like using a lot of concealer. That's just me. Because I want to make my eyes kind of pop. Pop and then just like be brighter. If you have dark circles, I would really recommend doing a light concealer, and not even that, like eye cream at night, because it works. A lot of people say, oh, the eye creams don't work. When you try different things, you have to be consistent with it. You know, I don't like when people tell me, oh, you know, I tried it and it didn't work. Well, did you use it night and day? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? You probably didn't. And look at the difference I look versus like starting out. Like, I look great. Most people will stop here, but I just kind of keep going. I'm gonna do my eyebrows. We're gonna do my lashes. This video is hella long. It's okay. I go in with the Essence Lash Primer. People don't believe in lash primers. I honestly do, because my lashes do not look the same as when we first started putting makeup on. Like, I started using this before Christmas. My eyelashes is bomb. Like, it was a point where the inner eyelash of this was like gone. And that didn't come from wearing falsies. It's because I didn't never take my mascara off at night. I'm going to tell y'all. When they tell you take your makeup off, you take it off. And if y'all want to see a step-by-step, because I've changed my skincare, I'll do another video of that. The trick of these lash primers is you have to let them sit. When I say let them sit, you gotta, I ain't say walk away, go use bathroom and stuff like that. I'm just saying you gotta let it rest there. Because some of y'all wondering like, oh my God, it's white as hell. But you have to let it sit on the lash for a good while. Not a good while, but like you have to let it, give it some time. Because it's going to work, honestly. And this ain't no more than $5. Ulta sells it. I think you can get it on, I think I got mine from Amazon. You're going to hear me say that a lot because we have Amazon Prime and I try to take full advantage of it. Gonna let that sit, and then I will go in and put blush on. My mother likes blush. I like blush too. I just don't feel like we need it every day. But for this makeup tutorial, I think we'll put on blush. My blush is, I tend to use a natural blush. I should have had everything laid out, but that's just me. We don't follow directions. I'm gonna use a natural blush. This blush is by MAC, and I think it's called Sweet as Cocoa. It's my favorite blush. And it's gonna beam right in the center. Remember, again, we're going in. You want to go, when you put blush on, you put at your highest cheek. Not the low, not nothing else. Not a dot and then we good. No. When you put it on here and you buff it out. Buffing it out meaning you can go this direction. And I got a little bit. Clean it up. I think I got the fattest cheeks. You hear me talking about my damn self over the camera. I think I got my cheeks from my daddy. And I'm only did it twice because I wanted the color to come up here on camera. Ooh. I don't always put on blush because I just feel like if I know I'm going to be out all day, I'm going to put on blush. But it's just, that's my last thing I think I'll go for. I know my mom swears by it. My aunt loves it too. That's it. Then we can go back in with the mascara. Then I'll put on some setting spray and then we are done. Like, we are done. Remember I told y'all to wait when you put on lash primer? A look at the lashes. You probably can't see them. Get a little closer. Probably still can't see it. I honestly like this. And this is the Lash Princess by Essence also. This is $5 mascara. I'm a mascara fanatic. I love to try different ones, and once I'm on one, that's it. We ain't buying. We pretty much are stuck on the same one. Wearing lash glue, I will tell you, my lashes have grown, and I feel like I don't need like lashes, like lash extensions. And then we're going to go in with lipstick. And then we're done, guys. We're done. Let's find a brown. I normally just go in with a plain brown. Lining the lip. Some people overline their lips. I'm good with that. Like, it depends on what day I'm at. You know, where we at. It's really like, my looks are always natural. Like, it's natural, but it's never like over dramatic. You can probably barely see that, but that's okay. Fenty. This is the lip glass. I forgot the name of this, but it is so bomb. If you haven't tried anything Fenty, you are so missing out. Like, she made that, I'm gonna say shit. She made that shit just for us, like us colored girls. It's like the best of the best. It's like a lip shine that goes over any color. And we're gonna use a setting spray, and then we done. Setting spray is by Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. This is not my favorite, only because I bought the wrong one. This is not the matte one. But since we're not going anywhere, I don't really care. Make sure it's a cup away from your body, and I cover my eyes. And that is my look. I'm gonna see if I can get a little closer. This is It's real natural. I thank you guys for coming along with me, and we're going to be back doing a tutorial. I might do another tutorial of me taking my makeup off because we're at home. We're not doing anything. If you guys like this, like and comment, subscribe, and there's tons more to come. Thanks. Bye.